in a name. A rose by any other name would smell just as sweet, opined Shakespeare in his play Romeo and Juliet. Fellow Toastmasters and welcome guests, I disagree with Shakespeare because my name is my identity. My name is Umman John, and for someone with that name, life isn't too easy. I am a Syrian Christian from India, and I literally inherited this name. You see, John, my surname, is my father's first name, and Umman is my grandfather's first name. So if I were to have a son, his name would be John Umman, and if I had a daughter, she would be Elizabeth Umman, because my mom's name is Elizabeth. But this did not resolve my problem, because nobody in my family knew what the name Umman meant. I was furious at them. How can you give your kid a name as weird as Umman and not know what it means? And finally, after several years of hunting, my mom finally found that the word Umman means Thomas. Now, why is Thomas significant? Because it was the Apostle Thomas, the same Thomas, the doubting Thomas, who brought Christianity to India in 52 AD. Now, most people, even 90% of Indians, think that Christianity came with the British. But our Christian heritage is actually at least 2,000 years old. And why are we called Syrian Christians? That is because our original liturgy was in Syriac, which is a dialect of Aramaic. Aramaic being the language that Jesus spoke. There is also another interesting but apocryphal story that in the 3rd century AD, 400 families from Syria escaped Roman persecution and sought refuge in India. And the locals started calling everyone Syrians. It is also pertinent to note that in the 3rd century AD, there was no name Christian. The word Christian came much later, and we are still called the name Nasranis, which translates to Nazarene, or followers of a man from Nazareth. Now that was interesting, and that really changed my life. I wonder, would I ever have sought this history if my parents had named me John or Thomas or Philip or Stephen? Perhaps not. I would have been happy to be ordinary. Now, I come from India, and I have lived in all 4 corners of India. I speak 4 languages besides English, and still can't talk to 50% of Indians because we have 22 languages. I am a mechanical engineer, and for a while I worked in software, but I realized that engineering was my true calling, and I now work as a configuration engineer at GE Wind Turbines. So now that the mystery behind my name is done, there's one question that I would like to ask you, and perhaps you would like to ask yourself. What is in a name? Is it that ordinary? No, my friends, your name is your identity. That is who you are, and that is your history. A name is everything you have. Take pride in that.